time to get back to natural.
Peace, family. This is my first full moon energy update since my little retreat, my pause from social media. And I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to have been able to share in breaking my silence. So I hope you had an opportunity to take a listen to those downloads, those energy overviews that came through, that were channeled through. And I hope that they inspired in whichever way they were meant to reach you. We've got our full moon coming up. I am recording this on the evening of February 4th. So our full moon is going to peak tomorrow, February 5th at 1:28 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is our full moon in Leo, and it is referred to as the snow moon, or also known as the eagle moon. We've got the number 5 here that brings in that energy of change, and it's going to be at 16 degrees Leo. We're in Aquarius season, so we've got the sun in Aquarius, the moon in Leo. And this is an alignment. The words that received were command, commit, and claim. We have to really choose to command what it is that we want to bring into fruition. We have to commit to what it is that we're putting out there, to the seeds that we're planting, that now with this full moon energy is kind of coming to a culmination. And then to be able to claim exactly that by being able to believe and receive that everything that we have commanded, everything that we have committed to, that we are now receiving it. And now beyond receiving, it's time that we're able to also say that I am ready to experience this, in form and experience, for it to be in the here and the now, in the tangible. We're bringing in the energy of the sun, with it being the ruling planet of Leo. And there's this kind of paradoxical, contradictory energy in regards to us referring to this moon as the snow moon, which is often described as the snow moon because during this time, this first full moon in February, is often the peak of cold, the peak of snow. And ironically, in New York, we haven't really had snow so far for the season, dusting that, never lasted, but we're having one of the coldest couple of nights during this time, during this full moon that we've had through the winter. Christmas weekend, was really cold as well. We had a lot of snow in, Buffalo, as you may have seen in different parts. But just in terms of the temperatures, that freezing point, below freezing, that's what we're experiencing right now, which is so apropos for this snow moon. But with that kind of paradoxical energy, we also have the fact that the sun melts the snow. And with sun being Leo's ruling planet, Leo being a fire sign, it really does bring that energy of finding that in between and not having such an extreme of below temp coals, but then not being so fired up in a sense that we can burn something. It's really about finding that beautiful balance. So it's really in alignment with that energy here. We're thinking right now as well in regards to the heart-centered leadership that is so important and so aligned with Leo energy. This is about balance, as I'm talking about, in terms of being centered, and the heart chakra being our center chakra. It really provides us with alignment. It really provides us with health on multiple scales, because when we feel healthy as a centered force, as our heart chakra, it is an alignment. It is really about standing strong, about that Kundalini energy and having that upright mobility, that erectness, that strength. And we tap into our passions more easily. We tap into the energy of allowing our light to shine, which is what this Leo energy is all about. It's about confidence. It's about our solar plexus energy as well, and tuning and tapping into those frequencies to make sure that we're sharing what it is that we love to do, and especially something new in regards to a new talent, a new hobby. And it may not be new to us, but the fact that it may not be something that we've shared or that we've, really put out there, or that we've considered as more than just a hobby, that it's a really, really good time to put that out there. And whether it's posting it for the first time, or going on stage for the first time, or something that is in an energy of newness in terms of what you're displaying, what it is that you're presenting, even though it's not new for you because it's something that you've been doing but just not necessarily have shared. So be a little bit more bold, even in terms of your posting, in terms of what you're promoting. Again, just kind of feeling like you want to put yourself a little bit more on display. And this is ironic for me, especially after coming, from such a break, that this happens to be the energy that I'm coming back, quote unquote, into the spotlight for all of us. It's really about choosing to shine our light, to put ourselves back into the spotlight in many ways. And with Aquarius's new moon, it really was introspective. It really was thinking about what it is that we can do for ourselves, but in how it aligns with humanity. And that's why this energy is so, paradoxical in that same way, because Leo's energy is really about the ego, again, the sun, and that, revolution of the sun and being very eye focused. But that's where the new moon is, that's where this full moon is. But now we're thinking about where the sun is, and the sun is in Aquarius. So just that whole mix of things, right? That the sun is actually ruling Leo, but the sun is in Aquarius, and Aquarius is about humanity and is about collective consciousness, is about community. So it really is about thinking about how we can do what it is we need to do for ourselves, and that really makes us feel like we're thriving more than surviving. But how that thing, that passion, that purpose, especially if it's something that we're sharing for the first time, how it's going to serve the wider community, how it's going to serve our family, our tribe, whoever it may be. There's a good time right now for surprises and breakthroughs to come through. Again, it's a really good time to just align with the heart and think about what the heart needs to heal, because there are a lot of heart wounds that sometimes we're not really able to pay attention to, but now there is a spotlight on us, and we're able to kind of look at those energies a little bit more clearly. This commitment energy is about committing to yourself, committing to your heart-centered leadership, to what it is that you believe that you have been put on the planet to do, and to take time for heart activations and heart healing, listening to heart chakra, alignments and things, so that you can really strengthen your heart and make yourself feel more ignited to reignite your light, especially after rest, especially after recovery, shadow work, a rough period. And it's time to now look at all of the wisdom that you've achieved in that silence, in that stillness, and put it to work, again, for yourself, but also for the community at large, and seeing how so much is bigger than you in terms of life. I will, as I promised in my Breaking My Silence, try to keep all of my videos, whether they're visual or whether they're just audio like this one, to 11 minutes or less. So I am definitely going to be keeping that in mind, and there will be subsequent parts to this, because again, the downloads were deep, and just trying to get through reading my scribble here. The alignment with the heart center is so important as well, because we had a green comet that passed through and kind of cleared Earth, passed by Earth on February 2nd, and that was the comet that again aligns with green. They refer to that as the green comet. And the last time that comet passed by Earth, which was visible to many people who were able to look for it, was 50,000 years ago. So the fact that we have this comet that represents very, very immediate and powerful change, and that's aligning with the color green, which is what the color that aligns with the heart chakra, is a powerful alignment for us to think about how it is that we can really, again, tap in to the heart chakra, reactivate that, and really focus on that heart-centered leadership, what it is that we're here to do, and always bringing love into the situation and healing into the situation. It's a time where there's such a fiery fueled energy because of this ironic snow moon in fiery Leo, again, which brings those contradictions. So it's just a time to be mindful and soulful in regards to drama that may unfold and petty fights that may come up, especially because we may be feeling a little bit more drawn to being out and about, to, again, kind of displaying ourselves, putting ourselves out there, going out, being in tribe, in community. So as a result, and with family, so as a result, there could be some conflicts that happen. And it's really important to try your best in a moment, that even if you are either pulled into a conflict, to try not to initiate one. And even again, if you are pulled into it, to try to diffuse it as much as possible. And the best way to do that is to really think about the heart center, and to think about not being in alignment with the ego, which is going to be easy for that to be done because of Leo's energy, because of the sun energy that is, again, very egocentric. And you want to try your best to find that in between, that balance, so that you don't kind of stay too much into the look at me, hear me, what I'm saying, my point of view, versus looking at the bigger picture. And as a result, hopefully being able to diffuse any potential petty fights or drama that could ensue during this particular time. It's a really powerful time as well to manifest, which I will go into on the second part. And it is because we've got no main planet retrogrades happening at this time. But we do have a retrograde of a dwarf planet, which I will explain a little bit more of in part 2.